Work trips always take me somewhere interesting. I am in Jordan at the moment, at the Queen Aliyah airport here in Amman. I am very tired. Not jet lagged, it's not really right. Crisscrossing time zones, but it's all good. It's 3 flights. I was actually on a holiday in South Africa, a 3-week holiday in South Africa. Had this work trip in the middle for a week. So I flew from George to Cape Town to Dubai, and then Dubai to Amman. And I'm here for the Anglican Communion. You know, I'm a Baptist boy, so this is all very interesting. So I think from here, it's a long drive to the Dead Sea, and hopefully I'll find out more there when I get there. I don't often get greeted at airports with taxi drivers, so it's quite nice with this work trip to have someone waiting for me. So I've got a taxi driver who is driving me all the way from Amman down to the Dead Sea. He's really done an amazing job of selling Jordan to me, and I want to come back and do all the cool things he's been telling me about. Very interesting guy. Well, you're doing a very good job of selling your country.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, the first, customer walk in, he had to see me.
I would love to come back when my work is finished.
Come back what time I'll take you tour, man.
My ears are starting to pop because we're going down to the Dead Sea, which is famously below sea level. We're just going further down and down and down and down. And of course, it's getting warmer the further down we go, which is quite nice because it's winter here. So the airport this morning was about 12 degrees, which is a far cry from the balmy 29 that it was in South Africa. So I had to pack all this wintry clothing. Ugh. But by all accounts, the Dead Sea will be a little bit warmer, which will be nice.
Oh, the best Jordanian food. They call mansaf.
Yeah.
This is mansaf, the best number 1. And then the second, makluba, upside down.
Upside down?
Yes, upside down.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, the mansaf, of course, lamb.
Yeah.
And rice, you know.
Yeah.
And then the special yogurt.
Oh.
Right? They cook it and they do the mansaf. It's so good, man. It tastes good.
Okay, so we've gone through the 0 point.
Yes, that's it.
Which was 0 sea level.
Yes,
so now we're going further down.
Yes. On that side right there, Israel, front of you. Not Jordan.
That's all Israel.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, oh gosh, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I've made it safely to the hotel where they welcomed me with like a lemon iced tea pomegranate drink, which is very nice. And I'm in my hotel room, which is, you know, pretty standardy, like hotel roomy stuff. There's the old bed. We'll go outside, and then you can see. There we go. Look at that. Whoa. There we go. That is the Dead Sea. So I've had my first meeting, met everybody I needed to. They're all in a conference that is kind of private and secret, so I am not needed this afternoon, which means that I think I am going to go and explore all of this behind me, and maybe even go and check out the Dead Sea. Just come back from my meeting with the Director of Communications, so everyone can meet everybody and we all know what we're doing and what they want from me. And I came back to my hotel room only to find, in my absence, that the staff have, oh my goodness, look at that. They've given me little baklava treats, some chocolate. Look how sweet is that? I mean, it's all backwards on the camera, but not backwards to me. It's actually a little eerie being in a beach resort when it's not season, because it's January. So it's technically not school holidays, obviously, but it's also technically winter in this neck of the woods. So, you know, this place is very, very quiet, but not that cold. It's like 20 degrees, so it's not too bad. Behind me, resort. Behind me, the Dead Sea. Hopefully, we can get down and see a bit of a sunset. You can probably see behind me there. There we go. The Dead Sea mud is quite famous for being very good for your skin, and these guys have gone all in. It may be the tiredness talking, but it's really weird. It's really surreal being here, lying on a lounger at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, it's not bad. It's like 19 degrees. You'll see over here are loads and loads of tourists who have all come down here to get as much mud on them as humanly possible, to float in the sea, and I think get as many photos of themselves floating in the sea as well. This is a very Instagrammable moment here. I can't judge. This is the lowest place on Earth. Is it the lowest place on Earth? I'll have to double check that. There are a whole lot of hashtag signs around here saying that it is the lowest place on Earth, but I'll just have to make sure about that. I walked along the water's edge to see if I could find some interesting stones or anything, and I actually found lumps, pure lumps of salt. This is very relaxing. This is a nice way to decompress after all those flights. The real work will begin tomorrow. We're on this side of the Dead Sea, which is the Jordan side, but if you look out across the Dead Sea, everything on the other side is Israel. Although, to be fair, a lot of it's kind of, it's Palestine, it's the West Bank, it's occupied territories. That's where we're going to be heading later this week. So I really have to enjoy the relaxing, I think, while I can. Can you hear behind me, in this tree over here, are just, can you see them all moving? There's like hundreds, thousands of little birds. In the morning light, it's actually a lot easier to see Israel and Palestine on the opposite side of the Dead Sea, right over there. I'm here with Joel.
Hi.
Hi. And he knows this landscape like the back of his hand, right?
Well, relatively well. I lived here for a while.
So what can we see?
So we'll start over in this corner, where we're going tomorrow, which is the baptism site and the River Jordan.
Yeah.
And where the Israelites with Joshua cross into the Holy Land, where Elijah crosses the Jordan with Elisha, and when Jesus is baptized by John.
Wow.
As we go up, we pass Jericho through this flat landscape towards the Judean hills. And you can see a little oasis of trees there. To the left of that, there's a small hill, and that's Qumran, where they found the Dead Sea Scrolls. And if you go straight up from there, through the wadis, through the valleys, up the mountains, there's a patch of green in the background, and that's Jerusalem. And you can just see the Mount of Olives on the right-hand side of that, with the three towers of the Hebrew University, the Lutheran Church, and the Russian Church of the Ascension. And if we go leftwards, we go south, there's a flat-topped hill, and to the left of that is Bethlehem. A little green patch you can just see there. And if we keep going around these really interesting textured hills, we get to a very far distant little conical hill that doesn't look like the rest, and that's Herodian, and that's where King Herod the Great, as he is now known, is buried in a tomb that faced Jerusalem. And then we come back down, and here's the Dead Sea below us, and going south on towards Masada, and in the far distance is Hebron.
Thank you, Joel. That was legendary.